Bank it. Cash the two-leg parlay last night. We've got a plus 218 MLB parlay to get to today. I only ask a few things. You hit the thumbs up button and you get the comments ready to go. We love the comments. Good, bad, ugly, what have you. There is nothing wrong so long as it passes YouTube, by all means. All right, so let's keep the juices going. Let's keep the momentum going as we look at a very intriguing game to me, where I would like to begin at least. And we're going to play a rare run line here. It's going to be the Nationals plus 1.5. The big question you need to ask yourself coming into tonight's action is, do you trust Pittsburgh? Not to say, like, are they going to be 162-0 and probably going to be derailed after they unveiled that horrific ballpark meal that is basically like a Philadelphia cheesesteak lined with pierogies. It was a disgrace. But that cloud of embarrassment aside, Mitch Keller's on the hill tonight. Doesn't really jump out as far as confident is concerned. Miami, and I was wrong about them. They're dreck. They're just bottom feeder. And here come the Nationals, who actually are able to, at the very least, get a couple of sneaky runs. And if they're not imploding with their own pitching issues, you won't see it nearly as much. So I think this is way more a matter of not buying that the Pittsburgh Pirates, especially with Mitch Keller, are going to roll through this Washington lineup, more so than it is like Trevor Williams is going to settle down and pitch one hell of a gem. You're probably going to see both offenses struggle at the plate. That's expected. And the biggest difference is who's going to make a bigger mistake or simply who's just going to be worse overall. And at least there are a couple of things I can pin to towards Trevor Williams, as far as he's probably just not going to get rocked for 6 home runs. Nats plus 1.5 on the run line. It's a parlay, folks. We'll take that half run by all means. And you see there are some books that are still just offering 1 run, as ridiculous as that is. We're going to build this here on ESPN Bet, but I wanted to show you at least what's going on when it comes to why we go to OddsShopper. Now, look, you can jump in. There's a link below. Come hang out for a week. This was the month of March for me, so clearly OddsShopper is working, has worked for me. There were some red days, but you end up with way more green days overall, and that's always a positive. It doesn't matter if those red come at the beginning or end or middle. You just stay up. So OddsShopper has been wonderful for me, and I'd love for you to just give it a shot. Just try it. All right. Now, the tool, as you can see, a couple of different options here across the board. The market-based approach, the plus EV market-based approach, the tool that we're using here is dictating that we go to ESPN Bet and add one Joe Musgrove under 6.5 Ks. Now, this one against St. Louis is probably going to raise a little bit more of that hair on the back of your neck than the first play did, which was simply just fading the Pittsburgh Pirates. And look, they're going to be a decent team this year, but this is one hell of a start. Milwaukee, New York, a little more sustainable, even with that Yankees loss last night. Musgrove, though, on the hill. And look, he's taken on the other side is Zach Thompson, but more importantly, this St. Louis lineup. And he wasn't good. Let's just be honest with ourselves. We did not get a strong Musgrove, and the Ks are simply not there. And now you're looking at a guy who is entering this game who does have at least some service so far this year, 2 games, but the K rate is abysmal, just absolutely abysmal, down to 17%. Not what we believe it to be at the end of the year for Joe Musgrove, but that shit just doesn't turn around tonight. Under 6.5 Ks at ESPN Bet. We get a great break on the market price here at minus 133. It's going to look like this, plus 218. Nats plus 1.5 on the run line, under 6.5 for Joe Musgrove. Okay, so we're locked in. We got our MLB parlay, our 2-leg parlay. Gave you the OddsShopper link below, showed you how it's working. Before we get out of here, look, 21 or older gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. As you know, this is all about getting you in. BetMGM, Bet365. You have 2 options, 2 ways to sign up now at a spot and get something back. Go ahead and play this parlay. Under Ks for Musgrove and the Washington Nationals run line. If it misses on BetMGM, you'll get your first bet back up to $1,500, anywhere from 10 to 1,500, to be honest. If it misses at Bet365, you'll still get the 150 back for betting $5 on this parlay. So you're either going to put a minimum 10 at MGM, a minimum 5 at Bet365. If it hits, fantastic. You get your winnings back. If it misses on MGM, you get the up to 1,500 back. And if it misses on 365, guess what, folks? You're still getting the 150 back. We're showing you this stuff. We're getting you on there. You're just signing up. There's no pump and dump here. All right. We're all about helping you beat these books once you sign up. So if you can, we appreciate you. Subscribe on the way out, and let's cash another one tonight.